Okay, good morning class. Today we will read a new chapter from our Beehive book, the third chapter, The Little Girl. As the name suggests, this story is about a girl which is very feared, who is very feared from her father. The writer of this chapter is Catherine Mansfield, and in this writing the writer wants to gives us a very beautiful relationship between a girl and her parents. Actually, when we are very young, we are not understand why our parents are always bounds our limits, why they are always pointing out to us that you should do these things, you should not do these things, because they want a betterment. And for this betterment they always advise us, and we are thinking that these advice are very not useful for us. But as we grow in our life, after when we are on the stage, at a point we understand, yes, those advices were very useful in throughout the life. So here is the beautiful word choosing by the Catherine, and very good relationship, very good manner, and also you will relate yourself after reading this chapter. Each and every line presented by the writer is very awesome. So let us start. Okay, do you feel you know your parents better now? In this first line, the Catherine wants to say that, can you feel that now when you are adult and you now understand your parents better than the young age? You were much younger when you were much younger. Now understand the reason for some of their action, and that use upset to you at that time. Means what? In this line, the writer wants to say that, yes, when now that we are the teachers, and in this age we understand why our parents would always pointed out in our things, and why they are interfering in our life. That time we wouldn't understand why they interfere in our life, but now in this stage we are understand why these advice are very useful. Okay, this story is about a little girl whose feeling for her father change from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. An echo in every home means, what is the meaning of an echo in every home? It means it will happen with all of you the same. Means when you read this chapter, when you understand this chapter, you will understand, you will relate yourself with this girl. Okay, let us start. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared. Who is he here? The little girl's name is Kezia, and he is denoting as her father. For the little girl, a figure to be feared means she is so frightened up, a person to be feared. That her father is, she assumed her father as a giant figure, as a monster. So she was very feared by her father, and always she wants to avoid him. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss. Here the writer shows in a beautiful manner that he loves his daughter very much. That's why whenever she is going for work, every morning he comes to her house, her room, and gave her a very small casual kiss to showing his love for his daughter, to which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief. Why the writer using here relief word? Because in the first line, as the writer shows that she assumed her father as a figure of monster. So whenever he left from the house and he going for his work, she feels very relaxed that the monster had gone from the house. She heard the noise of the carriage. Carriage is a vehicle which is used in the olden days, and grow fainter and fainter. Fainter meaning weaker, reducing. So here in this line the writer wants to explain that whenever her father went from the home and in the carriage, and the sound of the carriage is weaker and weaker, means reducing, the sound is reducing. So that girl feeling so relaxed down the road. So the girl feeling after going her father, she felt very relaxed. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase because she feared. She has a very much fear in her heart. So that's why every evening, whenever he came from the home, he came from his work and he came to home, she stood near. She never wants to face her father. That's why she avoided to meet him, and she always stand at near the staircase and heard a loud voice in the hall. Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper come here, if my papers out there, and bring my sleepers. Actually whenever that males come from the home or from the work, they put some orders, like the Kezia's father, that bring his tea into the drawing room, and about the paper and about the sleepers. He's asking so many things in a loud voice. This thing is also very much awkward for Kezia. Kezia, mother, would call to her. Means in this line, Kezia's mother calling her again and again, Kezia, come down. If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boot. Means Kezia's mother saying to her that please make Kezia come down and meet your father and just take off the father's boot. Slowly the girl would slip down. Slip down means that girl comes down from the stairs and move slowly to the drawing room where her father is sitting. Drawing room where the father is sitting. So yes, so in the drawing room, okay, where the father is sitting. Yes, in the drawing room, she came down and through the hall. Means the way is that she has to passing the hall and then the drawing room, and there her father always sitting whenever he came from the office. Okay, by that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that she was terrifying to the little girl. Means in usual manner his father is wearing his spectacles and looked at her, but this manner is also very awkward for her. She is thinking that he stare at her, and she is very frightening up about with her father. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? Here the father is showing his love by saying in a soft manner, and he is saying, Kezia, do fast, and she is asking a question. Have you been a good girl today? I don't know, father. Now she is stuttering. Why we are stuttering at some point? Means if we have some fear in our heart and we have to face that situation, like some students or some people having the fear of the stage, so whenever they stand up the stage, they stutter. In the same manner that Kezia is also has a feeling in her heart, a fearful feeling from the father. So whenever she faces the father and whenever she is near to her father, speaking with her father, so then she automatically stutter. Okay. You don't know if you stutter like that. You don't know if you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Means here the father, in these two lines, the father is showing his convenience, his means what we say, that tension, that you don't know if you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Means in this sentence, two sentence, here the writer shows that the father is showing his carefulness towards her, towards his daughter, because whenever he speaks with her, she is stuttering. So he is thinking that her father is thinking that it will be a habit of Kezia, and it will very difficult in the adult life. So father is advising, if you stutter, stammer. What is the meaning of stutter? When we are speaking in a pausing manner, that is called stutter, stammer. So here the father is saying that if you are not speaking with proper manner, that mother will take you to the doctor. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. Means again in the line the writer explained that she never stutter, means she is not having any fear with other people, only she has a fear from her father. So whenever she face her father, that automatically she stutter. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Wretched means unhappy. Wretched meaning unhappy. So here the father is asking a question to Kezia, why you are so unhappy? Why you are not looking happy? Every time you are looking unhappy, that disturbing, very confusing, fearful. Why you are showing these types of manners with me? Mother, I wish you taught the child how to appear, that taught the child not to appear on the brink of suicide. What is the meaning of brink of suicide? About to commit suicide. Here Kezia, carry me teacup back to the table carefully. Means in this line the father wants to say that Kezia, if you are living this life very unhappily, that he advised her mother, his wife, he advised his wife that you should taught this child, you should taught to Kezia that she will be not so happy and not so confused in her life, because if she is living this life, she may be commit suicide one day. So you should teach your child in a positive manner that how to talk and how to be happy, live your life. And here he is giving a command in this line that to carry cup to tea cup, bring back to the table carefully. He was so big. His hands, his neck, especially his mouth, when he yawned, thinking about him alone was a thinking about a giant. Okay. In this paragraph, that Kezia's feeling showing by the writer that she feels that he's so big. His hands means probably that our fathers, that the males hands and gesture is so big according to the woman. So whenever she saw his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he is yawning, so this all feelings seems to be giant for her. On Sunday afternoon, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with her father and mother. Okay. Means every Sunday afternoon, that grandmother, because Kezia is so attached, Kezia was so attached with her grandmother, so she always apply, she always do whatever her grandmother wants to say her. And on every Sunday, that grandmother said to Kezia that please go down to the drawing room and sit with your father, parents, and have a nice talk. What is the nice talk meaning? Just share your things and listen what your parents wants to say with you. So go and sit in the drawing room. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on the best cushion, sleeping soundly and snoring. What is the meaning of snoring? Snoring meanings when some people is sleeping, they producing some noise, that is called snoring, So on Sunday, whenever, but Kezia found every time that mother is always busy in reading. Like this, in this picture you can see that mother is always busy in reading and father is stretching on the sofa on favorite cushion, put handkerchief on his face and snoring. So here I advise to the parents also, just give some time, just share some time with your children because they need your time. So she don't want to spend time. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke up and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Means every time that day also, means that Sunday also, she went to near drawing room and sitting with her parents, and she was waiting that she was sat on a stool, and she was waiting that his father woke up and ask a question and talk with her gravely, means seriously. She was not happy to spend time with her parents, so she was sitting very seriously and waiting for the father's awakening. Don't stare, means who say this? Her father say this, don't stare so Kezia, you look like a brown owl. Means here father is comparison her because she was so serious, and he compared her with a brown owl. One day when she was kept indoor with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested that she should make him a pin cushion as a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Means when the very cold time is there, it may be holidays, and her grandmother, means Kezia's grandmother, is advising that you should make a very good, a beautiful gift because her father's birthday about to come, so he will be very happy if you make a very good, very beautiful gift. And she advised also that you should make a pin cushion because he loves to sleep on the cushion, so you should make a pin cushion yellow silk. Means you have to make a soft, very delicate cushion, and he will use and he will be very happy. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched three sides, but what to fill it with, that was the question. She wandered to the mother's bedroom to look scraps on the bed table. She discovers a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into a tiny pieces and stuffed her case, and then swayed up for the fourth side. Laboriously means work. She was so happy, she was so exciting. She also loved her father, means the same feeling which we feel when we are very young. She loved her father as well as she feared with her father. Laboriously, she was working very hard. What is the meaning of laboriously? Working very hard to make a gift, to make a beautiful gift for her father. So what did she done? She stitched three sides, and in the cushions, you know that we have to fill something to make it soft, to make it fluffy. But what to fill with? So she didn't stitch the fourth side because she was thinking, she was searching that what to fill in this cushion. That was the question. The grandmother was out of the garden. and because no one was there to asking that what to fill, grandmother was also not there, so she find herself and she wandered, she moved here and there to search something. That's why she go into the mother's room to find out some scraps. What is the meaning of scraps here? Small waste material, small waste material to be filled in the cushion. On the bed table she discovered, oh wow, now she discovered what? A great many sheets of fine papers. Bed table, what is the meaning of bed table? A table which is near to the bed, small table, that is called the bed table. And we are putting the lamp and some sheets, some important papers on the table, that is called the bed table. So on that bed table she finds some sheets. So she thinks, she gathered him, she collect all the things together and tore them into the tiny pieces and just filled in fourth side, and cushion was ready. And now at the last she stitched that fourth side and cushion is ready. Her gift was ready. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Hue and cry. Hue means, what is the meaning of hue? Hue means a shout. At the same night when she prepared, when she had finished her gift, that night a huge cry was in her house. Father's great speech father's great speech for the port authority had been lost. Means her father have to give a speech on the port authority, and he had written that speech in some pages, and those pages were lost. That's why he was so angry, and he is putting some cries and loud noise. Where's my paper? Where you kept my paper? Just search all the things, it is very important papers. All these sounds coming down. Rooms were searched, servants questioned. Finally mother came into the Kezia's room. Means everyone searched everything, because now you understand where the papers were. Yes, the Kezia collect the papers and make it into the tiny pieces and filled it into the pin cushion. So how they will find now? It will not there, it will in the cushion only. So no one can find the papers. Now the finally everyone to be questioned. Means they asked us question from the grandmother, mother, father, every servants also, but no one get the answers that where the papers are. So finally mother came into the Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on the table in the room. Here the mother is asking a question. Kezia, I am thinking that you had not seen any paper in my bed table, on my bed table. Oh yes, she said. Now because the the small kids are very innocent, they will never tell any lie. And here we can see that, oh yes, here the committing that assertive way, that she is saying that yes mama, I saw, I told them and filled my surprise, because she was so innocent. And she is saying that she admitted that I tore these papers and filled into the pin cushion. What? Screamed mother. Means now she was very unhappy and she was screamed. Means she was angry. She was very angry. Come straight down into the drawing room this instant. And she was dragged down where father's was packing and to and fro. What is the meaning of to and fro? It's a idiom. To and fro means like the watch pendulum is going to and fro, like this, here and there, again in a same motion. That is called to and fro. Now she dragged her means what is the meaning of drag? Unwillingly she pushing, that her mother is pushing Kezia down to the staircase. And well, he said sharply. Mother explained everything, that she tore the pages and filled into the surprises. And he stopped and stared at the child. He was very angry, because some things we children are not understand why these papers are so important for the father. Maybe his job will discontinue, maybe he fired by his boss after this losing these paper. So he was very tensed. So he did you do that? He is asking a question. He was asking a question. Did you do that, Kezia? No. Now she is whispering, because she when we see the gesture and the atmosphere of our house, we can understand that it is a very serious thing. So mother go up and her room and fetch down the damn thing. What is the damn thing here? Pin cushion. See that the child put to the bed this instant. And now she is showing the tiny papers, that piece of papers, to her father, and he was very angry. Okay, here is the half chapter of our this little girl. Again read this chapter and learn these hard words. You will be understand the chapter very smoothly, because it's a very simple language chapter. So okay, bye.